How do I correctly include others' works? In the material that follows, note that citation means saying where materials and ideas come from. In-text citation, footnotes, or endnotes. A frequently heard excuse from students is that they included material from another source and then either just forgot to add the citations or else put them in but accidentally turned in the wrong draft. Even if the documentation error is truly minor, the student is still responsible for citing sources correctly. When you use an outside source, include a citation when you use the idea, and a citation plus a quotation signal, such as quotation marks, when you use the exact words from the source. To properly incorporate the ideas of others into your writing, here are several methods to pay attention to. These include citations, quotations, block quotations, and paraphrases. Quoting with citations. Citations let the reader know who and what source you are referencing. This is done by including the author's name and the page number from which the given quote, paraphrase, or summary was taken. Here is an example of an in-text citation. You can also mention the author in the text before you give the quote, as the example shows. Direct quotations. Quotation means indicating that words are being directly copied from a given source. When you wish to include another writer's exact words in your paper, you must include quotation marks and a proper citation. The following examples illustrate a correct and an incorrect direct quotation. Notice in the first example, there are quotation marks around the direct quote and the page number is listed. Please notice in the incorrect example that the quotation marks are missing. The page citation itself is not sufficient. Even if a reference to the source is included, it's still plagiarism without some indication that you are using the exact words of the original author. A reference only shows that the accompanying text is somehow derived from or related to the cited source. A reference alone does not show that the text is a direct quotation from that source. In other words, a direct quotation with a reference but without quotation marks is still plagiarism. Block quotations. If you want to quote a passage that is more than 4 lines long, you should put that passage in a block quotation instead of using quotation marks. You must introduce the quote and then start it on a new line. Indent the entire quote 1 inch. The following is an example of a block quotation. Notice that the entire quote is indented and does not have quotation marks. Paraphrase. Remember that paraphrase means that you use information from another source and put it in your own words. In this example, you can see both the original text and an example of a paraphrase. Please note that the paraphrase is in your own words. Here is another example of a paraphrase.